Welcome, my Capricorn friends and family. Debbie Dubois here. Welcome to my channel, True Sacred Union. And we are going to now take a look at your reading for July. And we're going to go ahead and find out, things about your love life, your creative expression, or what I like to think of as what you came here to do, which ties oftentimes to your abundance. And we're going to just take a look at some of those things in this reading. So as I shuffle here, I do just want to give you the heads up that in September, the 27th, 28th, and 29th, I'm going to be in Niagara Falls with my sister, Marla Kelly, and she's holding a Twin Flame Ascension workshop, Niagara Falls, at the end of September. And joining us as facilitators will also be Kalina Malnar, who is also a really wonderful connection of mine. We did a radio show together a long time ago, and she's very instrumental, in fact, in my own catalytic heart awakening process. So, and then we also have Rob and Angie from Twinfinity, and gosh, they're amazing. So they can answer all kinds of questions that you might have about coming into union and what it takes. So if that is of interest to you, please do check out the information below, which will give you the details. We already are selling tickets for it, and it's going really well. So get yours if you're interested. Okay, we're going to start right now. We're going to go ahead and find out the general overall energies for Capricorn for the month of July. Okay, the first card is House. The second card is Stalemate. And the third card is the Man, which I tend to think of showing up in this particular position is the other person. Now, that's just me. You can read these cards any way you want. And that's the beauty of the Intuit Oracle, which is the deck that I use, the Intuit Oracle by Aria. I love this because this reading that I'm doing for you, if you don't resonate with the way I'm picking up on the cards, you can read these cards for yourself. And you can say, oh, well, no, that's this person. Or, no, this is how I would read these cards. That's the beauty of it. This is a general reading, so just take what resonates with you and then leave the rest. Well, it looks like your overall energies, you do have something that you're at a stalemate about. It does seem to be related to your house and your home. Whatever family situation you've got going in your house or your home. There's a little bit of energy here where people are refusing to compromise. You may be feeling a bit blocked, or you may be blocking the other person. If you find yourself in this kind of a situation, let's see, so it could be a home relationship kind of situation. Let's see what else I'm picking up on. It could very well be just feeling like you're in a situation where there's no way out. But, okay, so I've got to throw this in here. There is another person involved, the other person. So I want to say in some situations, this is very literally you and another person. Could be a boyfriend, could be a fiance or your love interest. Doesn't necessarily have to be the one. That there's a man in your life that you're having some real problems with. It could be a previous marriage. It could be, I'm not sure, but it does represent the traditional energies of home. So I would say that this person is either someone you're making a home with or you had a home with. And you've got some situations that you're going to deal with this month. But, I always say that nothing is negative. Everything is positive. Everything is always working out for you. And the reason why we have to go through this stuff is so that we can get to the other side where we don't have it anymore. So that is possibly what's going on here. I'm going to spread these cards out behind me. It's so much easier and it gives me more room to work up here. All right, so let's look specifically at your love life. All right, and I'm not necessarily feeling that this relationship here is what we're talking about. I think we're talking about the other kind of relationship. Let's look at this. Sacred partner, twin flame. Okay, the first card I'm getting is the head of the pack, which is successful. So this is energies for love. Okay, so we've got the geese. And we have the moon. Okay. All right. You are dreaming right now of that person. Okay. It's so interesting. For some of you, the Semper Fi is actually this person being part of the military, part of the government, part of, I'm getting that very strongly. Um, this right here, the central energy is, of course, this quest. And I want to say this quest for the right kind of connection, the kind of connection you've really wanted to have. It's really in conflict and struggle with this particular situation over here. You're determined. You want to make this happen. You want to. You are persisting. You have that will to win. You want what this quest offers. Now it's interesting because this relationship might have something to do with relocation. Either they're relocating to you, you're relocating to them. It's not like it's happening right now, but you know, there is that energy to it. But the moon energy here is you do have this ideal fantasy love relationship. Now, whether you have discovered this person yet or not, you know what it is you're looking for. It is what brings out your divine feminine energy. It is where you warm up, where you feel more romantic and sensual. Okay, so you've got that energy going on this month. Now, I'm not really sure. We're gonna see if more energy comes up, but I gotta say that I'm really picking up that this information that's right here about your love life is something that is driving you through and actually creating this over here. Because if you have all of these feelings of, you know what that feels like, you know what the right thing feels like, you go over here and this is what you got and you're like, no, that's not it, this is it. So this is a driving force in you dealing with that. And this month, let's see what other information comes up, because the way the readings have been going, I've been getting a lot of other information, even when we talk about creative expression and the higher self. Let's just go into that and see what's said here. We're going to look at creative expression. And that is what you are really here to do. We've got the key. This is the stuff that really brings you into your authentic being. Wow, and this is such a perfect card for Capricorn. We're talking about detail, precise, the snowflake. And what's the third card here? Okay, we've got the white wolf. So in terms of your creative expression, whatever it is you're focusing on in terms of what you came here to do, it does require your Capricorn attention to detail, okay? It is something that, if you think about the delicate nature of the snowflake, everything is completely by design. And the detail is there. And that's the beautiful thing about the Capricorn, is the Capricorn has the ability to pay attention to those details. Now, it is in the paying attention to those details of what you're here to do and what's floating your boat, if you want to call that, whatever it is that makes you feel alive. It doesn't matter what it is. It's your creative expression. Your creative expression is where your abundance comes from. Although Capricorn has a way of, I want to say, marching steadily forward, right, in even traditional ways to create abundance. But the happiness and the joy and everything is unlocked in creative expression. And whatever it is that you're working on a creative standpoint, the solution to unlocking your freedom into that happiness is, of course, paying attention to the details and dealing with the delicate situation in absolutely the correct way for you. All right. Now, where do we get that? Well, we've got the white wolf, the shaman in you, the divine guide. All right, this is your intuition. This is you tuning into you. This is you using that vision that you have of what you're trying to create, paying attention to those details, which is something you're really good at doing. This is following your inner knowing. And what this is saying is that your inner knowing is the solution to creating that situation that you want to create in order to bring forth your creative expression. Okay, so let's look at what your higher self has, a message for you. What is the higher self's message to you in general for this coming month of July? Well, that's interesting. So we got a diamond ring. Got a diamond ring. We have the sun. Okay, we got some really powerful energies. Let's see. Oh, and we got the road. All right. It's so interesting how this information just comes. Okay. This sun energy is interestingly because I believe it's coming from this moon energy. In other words, overall, Source is trying to tell you that in your fantasy world, in your romantic, divine feminine energy, that is the key, the solution that unlocks this sun energy, which is kind of interesting because that's your divine masculine. So we've got the divine feminine masculine balance in the sun and the moon. We've got a situation here that we're dealing with, which we're dealing with somebody, some person who you are in this standoff relationship. I want to say it's like you're trying to create something here and it's going against what you really want. And you're kind of at a crossroads now. You kind of got to figure out, what are my options here? What is it that I can do to move this into the place that I want it to be, to take things to the next level? The diamond ring here is kind of like, I want to say the diamond ring in this situation represents that perfect union that you're craving in this fantasy world. You're on a quest to create this. You want this for yourself. You want to finish first at this. You want to actually accomplish this. You want to get to a new level of union. And you're going to have to do something about this stalemate standoff. It's just got to happen. Either you got to let go of the energies that are there. You need to look at what your options are. You need to find out how to let go of this, whatever it is inside you that creates. And I say that because we create our reality, and there's something inside of us that creates, we create our own situations is all I can say. And the secret to unlocking it is really to examine what our choices are. And once we weigh our options and we look at making a decision, I think you're going to find that in tuning in, it's going to have something to do with what makes you happy. And it is creative expression. It is what you do outside of your work. It is it's where do you feel the happiest when you're being your most authentic self outside your work, outside your work. So creative expression in your case, because I see, the Capricorn is very dedicated to success, taking every single step just in the right way to get where they want to go or where you want to go. We're going to need to indulge the fantasy energy just a little bit because the quest to where you want to go is the unlocking of this creative expression, the creative expression that only tuning into your true divine masculine feminine balance and expressing that in either a balance within yourself or partnering with someone else, that's going to take you to the new level of union, either with another person, which you do dream of, or just with yourself. And this is where that sun energy, that radiant, vigorous, successful energy where you have great sense of self and you're happy where you're going and you feel that buoyed energy. It's funny, we've got some right here, we've got the 22 and we've got the 33. I don't necessarily, like with the Intuit Oracle, I don't necessarily always look at the numbers. I know a lot of you do. I get comments, oh, and did you see this number and that number? But I am seeing here a 2-2 and a 3-3. So we've got foundational and we've got mastery here. We got foundational energies in the 22. we've got mastery energies in the 33. So the foundation is in making that choice and deciding. And the mastery is going to be in unlocking, is going to create liberty for you to make the decision of some kind. I want to say it's up here in this uncomfortable situation, the stalemate energy. I don't like that energy, whatever it is, but there's other places to be in much more positive energies. I love seeing that white wolf too, because it's saying that, you know, your shaman self is standing by for you as a resource at any point in time. Now, just to finish up this reading, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull an Ascended Master card, see if one pulls itself or jumps out. Maybe some additional information to tie together pieces. And we got Buddha in the meditation card. Okay, so let's make room. Let's make room for Buddha, the Buddha energy. Okay, and let's go ahead and we're going to just summarize all of this, pull it all together. Well, obviously, in the stillness and the centering that comes from the meditative state is the answer to all things. Because of the fact that you're dealing with a situation where you feel like there's not a way out, or you're dealing with these uncomfortable, awkward energies of the traditional home, you're going to want to literally go into the moment of now. Actual physical meditation may be very helpful for you. But also, you know, I think of meditation sometimes as a walking meditation to stay in the center and the power of your own inner core. And that is what Buddha offers, because in that central core gives you a whole new insight into possible responses in these situations, which will shift them and transform them. Now, from a fantasy, we've got this moon energy going on, which I do think, you know, it's interesting. I want to switch these cards around. I want these cards to go over here and these cards to go here. I don't really know why. I guess because I want to talk about this. You know, sun and the moon energy. When you need this dream energy, I guess is what I'm saying. You need the dream energy to literally, and we get that through allowing ourselves to dream, allowing ourselves that space for this meditative space where we're in the moment of now, in order to connect with what are our choices. And a lot of times answers to our problems are delivered to us in that state. So if you've got some choices to make, and I want to say here, no, these are polar opposite of the, you know, we move the cards around. These cards always like speak to each other. I love how this happens. But yeah, when you go into a meditative state, if you've been weighing options, the answer can just appear for you. And that happens to me a lot of times. I wake up with the answers to problems, and it's the yes. Oh my gosh, yes, that's the answer. That's the solution. So Buddha is encouraging you to do that and meditate, or be in a meditative state. And when it comes to your creative expression, once again, staying in your center, staying in the moment of now allows for the spontaneity of what you really like to do that keeps you feeling very invigorated and inspired. So I think I will leave it there, my Capricorn friends. I love you dearly. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you resonate with this reading, please do take the time to give it the thumbs up, share it with your friends. And if you want to see more readings like this, I do a monthly reading for zodiac signs like this. I also do a weekly reading each Saturday, Sunday. I publish a reading for the week, and I've got some surprises coming. I've got a couple of other types of information. I deal mostly with twin flames, sacred partners, creative expression, stepping into your own power, and ascension-related information. So I'm not just doing that through readings. I'm also doing that through interviews, workshops, all kinds of really fun stuff. So if you really want to see more of this, go ahead and become a subscriber to my True Sacred Union family and press the bell so that you don't miss a thing. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be back with you next month for August's forecast. In the meantime, have a wonderful July. Namaste.